So a couple of weeks ago, it was actually, when was it? Probably like October, November time, I can't remember. Maybe it's end of October, start of November. The lovely people over at Tor Books were kind enough to send me 3 books, an entire series, all by Tina Connolly. So there's Seriously Wicked, Seriously Shifted, and Seriously Hexed. And the reason why they sent me all 3 of these books is because Seriously Hexed, which is the most recent book in the series, is a newest release. It's new out, and they wanted me to read the series, see what I thought, and then, you know, talk about it with you guys. Obviously these books were sent to me in exchange for an honest review, all thoughts on my own. I'm not going to be spoilery because I want you guys to read the books. I don't want to spoil them for you. I want to just talk about the kind of elements of them that I enjoyed or didn't enjoy, and then kind of send you off to read them. I don't necessarily want to spoil them. I am going to write a little bit more spoiler review, I guess, on my website, which is renontheroad.com, so that should be up in the next couple of days. I've had some real big issues with my website recently, so I've barely been posting on it because of kind of how it's been working and stuff. There's just been some big errors with it, so I've got a lot to sort out on that, but hopefully that kind of longer review will be up on there very soon. I will tweet about it. My Twitter is on the road if you want to follow me on that and be updated on it. For those of you that don't know, this series is about a girl called Camilla, and her adopted mother is a witch, but she is a wicked witch. She's not necessarily using her powers for good, and Cam is trying to stop her from doing that. She tries to kind of foil the plans that she has. She doesn't agree with the plans that she has, and she's just not a massive fan of what her adopted mother is doing. And in the first book in the series, she accidentally summons a demon, and the demon gets into a boy at school and kind of takes over him and possesses him. Seriously Shifted focuses on her mum and her mum's friends that have come in and are trying to kind of wreak havoc, and Cam doesn't want to be a witch. She doesn't want to train to be a witch. She doesn't want to learn magic, but she kind of has to take it upon herself to stop her mum in this one and kind of start to use those and kind of learn the magic and learn the spells and kind of try and save the day. And Seriously Hexed, the most recent one, focuses on Cam, who's kind of resigned herself to being a witch. She is now a teenage witch, and she starts to use her powers just for little things. She doesn't want to kind of go too extreme. And then in this one she has to team up with her new kind of friend, I don't know if they're like acquaintance person, Poppy, to kind of again come together and save the day. I read this series over the past month. I've been kind of dipping in and out of them as well as other books. I'm reading these. I wanted to really kind of take my time with them, pay attention with them. These books are teenage fiction, and I would put them at kind of 15, 16, under, like kind of aimed like younger teenage fiction, I'd say, rather than kind of like more young adult teenage fiction. And I think that is obvious when you read them. I've said before, and I will always advocate, that I am not a massive fan of putting ages on books. I think that if you like to read something, you should read it regardless of who it's aimed at. But I did feel like these books were quite easy to read, quite fun, kind of quick, easy books to read, which was good. It made them fun, it made them enjoyable, and I did really enjoy them, and it didn't hinder my enjoyment of them, despite the fact that they were easier to read than, say, other books that I have read. And I think that it's really good because I love fantasy books kind of aimed at younger audiences, because I feel like that's a very key age to kind of figure out what it is that you like to read. There's lots of books when you're younger, and then there's kind of a lull, and kind of you have to kind of bridge that gap between that higher young adult stuff and the younger stuff. And I feel like this is a really good, when I worked at Waterstones, I used to call them like bridging books, like those books that do kind of bridge that gap between kind of children and young adult stuff, and I feel like these are the perfect ones to do that. I'm just going to hold one of them because there's lots of them. I'm just going to hold this one. I just felt like they were really good at doing that, and that they were a really good kind of one there. Yeah, I thought that was really good, and I did really like this, and I really feel like this would appeal to quite a lot of people, especially in that age range, because it's just such a good book to kind of get them into them reading things that they may go into when they become like higher readers. You get me? You get me? This gave me vibes of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, even Buffy, like that kind of being in a town where like stuff is going on, and the people that don't have any powers or aren't magical or not witches or not any kind of supernatural thing kind of know that there's something a little bit weird about the town, but they're so obviously oblivious. Like they're so like they don't want to listen, they don't want to pay attention, they don't care, they're just not paying attention to the real obvious not normal things going on around them. That really felt like Buffy has those vibes, and Sabrina and the Teenage Witch Hunters does. Even Wizards of Waverly Place, which like definitely I got vibes from. Those are the three kind of things I was thinking of. This is what that book kind of had. Like, so many obvious things were happening, like but just the town were blissfully unaware. I really like that. I think it's funny. I think it adds like an element of comedy to it, because you do kind of have that, like, it's really obvious that not everything is as it seems, but no one's paying attention, everyone's really oblivious, and I loved that. Like in the first book there's a bit where she's buying, this isn't really spoiler, but she's like buying ingredients, and they're like really specific ingredients. She's like, I just need like this specific type of animal blood for a school project. And it's like, no you don't, like you clearly do not. But I just love how oblivious everyone around is to everything that's going on. I think as well, knowing that it was a series, it was kind of obvious that she was going to end up embracing her powers. There were a couple of things in this which I did kind of predict coming, but I don't think it ruined it. Sometimes things are predictable and they're done in a predictable way where it's kind of ruined, like it ruins the story, and it's kind of like that was really obvious. I did have that, but it didn't ruin it. It was still really fun, and I think because it was a fun read and it was something that did have a comedic effect to it, as well as that kind of seriousness, it didn't necessarily matter too much that there were a couple of things that I predicted. There were some things which surprised me. There were things that I didn't see coming. There were just a couple of things which I did kind of predict, but again, like I said, it didn't ruin my experience of reading it. I liked the comedy in it. I really enjoyed, like, I thought it was funny. There were bits that genuinely did make me laugh, but kind of like, which I enjoyed. It really did just remind me of watching shows like this. I kind of did have those vibes. It really, really did give me that, like, which was so nostalgic for me, because they were shows that I read when I was a lot younger, kind of like 10 or so years ago. I'm almost 23 for those that are wondering. It did kind of give me those nostalgic feelings, and I enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed reading this because it gave me those feelings, and kind of the shows that I did used to watch, and how it gave me, kind of how it put me in like that mindset. And I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much as well, because it really did just send me back. And I love nostalgic things. I love things that are new but that give me that nostalgic vibe to them, which this definitely did. I had never heard of Tina Connolly before. I'm not going to be like, oh, she's a favourite author of mine, because I didn't know about her, and that's totally fine. We can't know about every single author that exists. Just, I loved her writing. I would definitely read more of her work. Like, this was my first experience into her writing and her work, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was done really well. I could totally see what she was, like, where she was going for kind of the vibe of the books, and kind of the themes of the books, and kind of what it did, and kind of how she was going for that, and I just thought it was done really well. And the thing that I loved was kind of, they had that kind of struggles of being a teenager, kind of, which is what I loved about Buffy and stuff as well. Like, the fact that she was a witch and had these powers and was surrounded by these kind of supernatural things didn't take away from the fact that she's a teenager and she's going through teenage things. Even though she's a witch and she's training to be a witch, and she's surrounded by all of like demons and all of these different things, you know, she literally has supernatural animals and stuff in her house, but she's still a teenager. She's still going through the kind of relationships and growing up and liking people and family troubles and all that kind of thing, and just trying to figure out who you are in this world that you've been put in. And I just really loved that. There were bits of this which I could relate to now. There were bits that I know my younger self could have related to, and bits that I know people that will be like could relate to and stuff, and younger people. I love that. I love that it didn't lose that element to it, as well as having the supernatural elements. It still just had so much to it that was relatable and able to kind of put yourself into, which I did really, really like. So yeah, this series, I thought it was really good. I'm really, really glad they sent it to me. I'm like definitely gonna check out more of Tina Connolly's stuff, kind of look her up and see if anything else is coming out, or if she's written anything else. I'm really, really, really kind of looking forward to it. I just loved the feelings that these books gave me, that kind of relatableness, that nostalgicness, even though they're set, like, you know, it still gave me those feelings, and I just loved it so much. And I'm so glad that they sent me these books and that I had the opportunity to read them. They also sent me like a bookmark that came with it, which I love. Like, I love this whole style. Like, look at these tights, look at this witch things. I just love this whole aesthetic of all of this. I love it so much. Thanks so much, Tor Books, for sending me these books. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad I got the opportunity to read them. They kept me company while I was in recovery from my operation as well, which was really good. And just, it was so nice to kind of read something that was so fun and kind of light to take my mind away from it. So yeah, have you read these books? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Like I said, I'll be doing a more in-depth review on my website hopefully soon if I can sort it out. So if you want to see that, it's renontheroad.com. It'll be up soon. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts if you have read these. I'd love to know if you plan plan on checking them out. If you want to get them, links will be in the description. If you're new here, I make videos a couple of times a week, so if you want to stick around, you can do that. And as usual, all my links are in the description, so if you want to come hang out with me on other places, that's where they are. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing really, 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 really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!